I want to speak regarding the difference between European Union, you know, that we are all Europeans, we don't have any borders, we can pass from one country to another, we're connected, we have the European market, and the unity that we are creating in the tens. What's the difference? I'm used to say hello to everyone, I'm very polite, I have the, I know that Italian, they call it galateo, you know, the rules of being polite, how to say not you directly, and all of these rules. I don't know how to say it in other languages, but so we're connected, we have our manners, we have everything, but I think that in this work in the Congress, we will really learn what is unity. We will overcome all of these thousands of years of culture that was designed to keep us away one from the other. Even though we have the manners of how to speak, what to say to each other, how to remain polite and nice to one another, but really, even these, as Rav Leitman explained, even canceling these borders, it doesn't mean that we're connected, because, as Rav Leitman said, the borders are between our hearts, between the persons. These are the real borders. And what will happen inside of the tens is that we will create really the new Europe approach, the new spiritual Europe approach, because the only thing which is missing really in the inner level is that I can jump on top of myself, on top of, outside of my ego, and really connect, really to cancel the borders that are separating between us. And these borders are the ego. And then you see the results, like European market, where everyone is pretty much limited, cannot do nothing, and it's only agreements like of convenience. And we can, in this Congress, in these tens, we can create a new model of connection, a new European model, a new Europe. We can feel inside of us and also set a new example for all of Europe. If we will feel such a thing, that I'm Spanish and I went outside of myself and I was connected with a French one, or with a, I don't know, then the French with the Britons, and the Britons with the Italians, and with the Estonians, and with the East European friends, and that we felt on the flesh that there isn't any difference, even feelings of love, of caring, of mutual guarantee, feelings that are really rare. If we will feel all of this, we will be able to teach it, to pass it onwards to other Europeans.
I have to say two things on that. First of all, it's so true what you're saying. You will discover people. Sometimes when I speak with my colleagues at work, I say about somebody who is a friend in Italy or in France, and whenever, and I don't remember the name of a person. This person is as close to me as anyone could be in the world, and I don't always remember the name, because there's a special place of this person in the heart, and you will really learn what this amazing relationship is all about, as we spoke about it already. And another thing that I want to add is that I just listened to you as an European, okay? So from the side, it sounds weird, like for me as a person who just comes to my first Congress after 2 semesters of the Learning Center, that I have to think about uniting Europe and stuff. I really just want to know what my life is about and so on. But guys, you have to get used to it, that you have been really, truly picked from above for a special reason.
With the tweezers.
Yes. Yes, and yes, eventually get used that this search for, you know, for meaning in life eventually means that you should bring it to all of your surroundings, eventually to all of Europe. This is a hard idea to get used to, that your life in the end doesn't really belong to you, but you will do it.
I want to add to this because you really touched an important point. This is something, guys, that we always learned in the Pticha, in the introduction to the wisdom of Kabbalah, that any development, I will even do it without drawing, you know what? that
Hold your hands tight.
that any development that the creature is doing is happening only thanks to going outside of himself towards the creator, towards bestowal. When the light, quality of bestowals, becomes his environment, becomes his preference, he wants to stick to that, to cling on to that, and not to remain inside of it. So we need to understand, and it's, as Masha said, it's not only contrary to any European logic, but to any human logic, because otherwise we would all go out to spirituality immediately. The only development, spiritual development, that we will ever have is by these efforts to go outside of ourselves. And only through these efforts, like dissemination, like giving all of these things to other Europeans to serve as models, and so on, which is the purpose of creation. Only through this we will know what is our role, who we are really, what is our essence, why our life was made with all of these events. Only through this. The creature, only through, even if we consider the four phases, only through all of this scrutiny, by comparing itself to the light, to the creator, only through this the creature understands what does it mean to be Malchut. What do I want? Who am I? And to really understand what's happening with me, who's the creator, when, as a result, who am I? And to do the restriction and to do the masach and all of the other discernment. So any further development that we will have is only thanks to our efforts to cling on to the light, to the quality of bestowal. So, and I think that also Europeans can do it, especially Europeans.